Autoline Daily is brought to you by Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Here are today's top headlines. Toyota is losing its premium pricing in China. Harman goes after Microsoft to capture the market for sync technology. And the barbarians at the gate want to take over Harley Davidson. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Wednesday, March 17th, 2010, and now the news. And now the Canadians are going after Toyota. Some members of Parliament want to know why Toyota identified a problem with sticky gas pedals, started working with its supplier to fix it, but failed to notify Transport Canada or NHTSA about the problem. Canada's Transport Minister is talking about enacting tougher disclosure laws. Meanwhile, Bloomberg reports that in China, Toyota is losing the premium price it used to be able to charge for its cars. It cites one dealer who would add 5,000 yuan, or about $700, to the price of a Toyota RAV4. Now Toyota's actually offering discounts and 0% financing, and though the automaker sales in China continue to rise, they're rising slower than the rest of the market, and so it's losing market share. In other China news, Geely's attempt to buy Volvo from Ford looks like it could be delayed. Last December, the two companies said they reached a deal that would be signed by the end of this month. But now, according to the China Daily, things could be pushed back because of financing and technology transfer issues. Ford is reluctant to give up platform technology. Plus, with its recent financial success, Ford is in a stronger bargaining position. On top of that, some of Geely's financing comes from local governments, which could take time to get and delay the deal even further. And we're not done with China yet. Volkswagen is making a huge push to increase sales there. According to Gasgoo, the company is investing $5.5 billion to build two new plants and is teaming up with its Chinese partners, SAIC and FAW, to build them. The SAIC plant will build Volkswagens and Skodas, and the FAW factory will produce Volkswagens and Audis. Each facility will have a capacity of 200,000 units. This investment is part of VW's plan to double sales in the country to 2 million units by 2018. Okay, let's talk technology. Harman International is going after the market for Microsoft's sync system that Ford uses. Harman says it already landed a big contract from Toyota for voice-activated phone and entertainment features, as well as Audi, BMW, and Mercedes. It says it will earn $1 billion a year from the system by 2015. Bloomberg reports the global market for these systems will be $15 to $17 billion a year. There's been a lot of speculation over the cost of the Nissan Leaf electric car, and now we have a better idea of what it'll be. According to Bloomberg, the EV will sell for over $44,000 in Japan. The vehicle goes on sale later this year in the US and Europe, where it may offer a separate lease for the car and another lease for the batteries. Nissan will produce 50,000 Leafs this year in Japan. Despite their cost and complexity, GM hasn't given up on hydrogen fuel cells. So far, the system is half the size, 220 pounds lighter, and uses about 1/3 as much platinum as the fuel cell that's in the Chevy Equinox. GM learned a lot from its Project Driveway, the largest market test of fuel cell vehicles ever. Since it began in late 2007, the program has racked up almost 1.3 million real-world miles. The company is gunning to have hydrogen fuel cells market-ready by 2015. In related GM technology news, the Detroit Free Press reports that the company and several universities are developing a next-generation heads-up display for better safety. Using various sensors, the system could project an image onto a vehicle's windshield, helping drivers see through darkness or fog. It would also give weather warnings and highlight road signs, sort of like augmented reality. And now for some two-wheeled news. Reuters reports that Harley Davidson could be the target of a leveraged buyout by private equity. The company's stock jumped 6% yesterday, closing at $28.35 on the NYSE, its highest level in more than 4 months. Harley refused to comment on the rumor, but some analysts are dismissing this as highly unlikely, while others suspect the company may be thinking about doing a joint venture. Coming up next, it's time for You Said It. And now it's time for some of your feedback. Mark wrote in after having seen our stories on vehicles that were patented and asks, why are companies patenting their designs? Is this a new trend? I don't recall seeing previews of cars like this in the past. And Mark, you're right. I don't remember it either. I'm going to have to look into this. But you know, some Chinese automakers are ripping off car designs. Check out the first generation Chevy Spark compared to the Cherry QQ, or the Smart compared to this knockoff from CMEC, or even this copy of a Rolls-Royce. So maybe patenting their designs is one way that automakers are trying to defend themselves from Chinese knockoffs. HTG, Herman the German, wants to know, is it true that hoods on newer models have been designed to protect pedestrians from slamming the engine block in a collision? I see so many cars with high hoods and creases. And yeah, Herman, it is true. This is being influenced by safety regulations in Europe, which mandate enough crush space so that pedestrians will not hit any part of the engine or anything else under the hood. In fact, some automakers are looking at using pyrotechnic devices that will pop up the trailing edge of the hood in a pedestrian accident to provide even more crush space. A lot of you responded to my editorial yesterday about how unintended acceleration is mainly driver error and that there are several design fixes that could reduce it. But Pete Price wants to know, has there ever been an incident with a vehicle equipped with a manual? And no, Pete, I don't think there is one reported incidence of unintended acceleration with a manual transmission, and I think that bolsters my argument. This is driver error. Hey, don't forget to tune in to Autoline After Hours tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Our guest for that show will be John Krafchick, the president of Hyundai Motors America. He's one of the most interesting young executives in this business, and you will learn a lot listening to this guy. That's tomorrow night at 7. And that is it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.